Hey guys, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. We're here discussing events of the week in brief with our political analyst in studio, Zach Babel. And hey, very interesting discussions we're having here, just looking at some of the events as far as our parliamentarians and just, the Senate and majority leadership and the changes that have been happening there. And really, Zach, it seems that there's a very distinct or very clear war going on, or just tussle, tension between the president and his deputy. And this just seems to keep escalating as we go along. Taking a quick look at Twitter, the biggest names trending there, in fact, the biggest trending topics are President Uhuru Kenyatta, Deputy President William Ruto, Raila Odinga, and this hashtag Ukweli Usemwe. And so looking at that, a lot of people now starting to talk about the war between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy. Maybe this developments with Senator Murkomen and Susan Kihika are part of it. But for example, Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi here tweets, in the war between His Excellency Uhuru and DP Ruto, Uhuru isn't explaining to Wanjiku what this war is all about. Maybe because his strategy is principally covert. To carry the masses with him, it isn't enough for them to just see the consequences. They must also know the reason or the rationale for his actions. Do you think Kenyans, Wanjiku, understand what exactly is the tension and why it's happening?
Joyce, Wanjiku don't understand what's happening. In fact, people are confused.
It is confusing because remember in the beginning with the matching ties and the nice photographs, and it just seems this relationship has completely disintegrated.
With everything that happened, there's a claim that the deputy president is disrespecting the president.
How so?
But personally, I've never seen that happen. I can maybe say the juniors, the sides that they know they came from URP at the deputy side. But now you cannot say that when the president is not working with the DP, this thing is only affecting the common mwananchi, who is the Wanjiku. And there's a Wanjiku, what they have to understand is, don't indulge yourself in a war that you don't understand. Some people are clapping what is happening in the country within the fights, but they don't understand this is about their economy, this is about their country. The moment they indulge in it and start taking sides, they have to ask the president to come out. The same way you read on the tweet. The president have to come out and tell the people what is really happening. Nobody has seen the deputy declaring that he's having a war. Nobody has seen the president himself declaring about this. But in the real sense, this is something that is affecting the country. And what I will urge the president do is just simple. When you have your junior, it's like a family. When a head of a family who is a man, we believe that as to the Bible, call your wife, muulize, what's really happening? What do we do? Why is this thing happening? I don't think they have reached that point.
Okay.
They are only trying to show to the public what's happening, not only in Kenya, but this is something that is being said all over the world. Okay. Yeah.
Well, let's switch away from politics now and talk about Corona, right? Because as you've said, ndovu wakipigana ni nyasi huumia. So looking now at just COVID-19, it would have been nice to see a more concerted effort, happening. There's been questions about the money that was donated to this fund. Questions about how we're handling this as a country. As you can see, Wananchi now, people have started going back to work because they can't just sit in their houses and they don't have money coming into their pockets. What's your assessment now as far as how we've been handling it before we look at the numbers?
The government has been trying about this thing. It's really doing its best. But the COVID is a personal decision. It's a personal responsibility. I can explain to you in this way. If today you are tested and you find yourself you are negative from COVID, tomorrow you are exposed, automatically you will be allowed to go and mingle with others. At the end, you have infected them. So it's not about the testing, it's about personal responsibility. And about the funds that is being donated, I'll tell you these for free, and then you will take it as the other one that I've said. After this COVID, there will be issues with the ASCC that the money disappeared somewhere. What I don't understand, the government that the Wanjiko is asking is, we see that the cases keep on rising. But to me, the way they are trying to mention these cases, all telling the Wanjiko what is happening in the ground about the cases, they could be saying active cases. Because if you have recovered, we have to reduce that number. I don't know why we are not reducing that number of recovery. Of those people who have recovered. That's the only thing that I don't think it's being run in a straightforward way. And then the mask issue. There's a time they said that the government will be providing mask at, the CS said that, at 5 shillings. Later, the CS said again, the mask will be trending at 20 bob. I didn't understand his point. Is it a business? Why is it now from 5 bob that? And his comment was, it is in the record, that tukiona, when now you know when you bring a commodity, you see people are buying, you increase the price. That was the CS says, not my words. Now, was it a business in the name of COVID? And where are those masks to the Wanjiko? The masks are being donated by parastatals, by NGOs. I've never seen masks coming from the government to Wanjiko. The only government what has offered by now is sanitizers, which are being given to the MPs, and the MPs are distributing them. But from the mask issues that you distribute, you cannot tell me you buy a mask at 100 shilling. You don't have something to eat in your house. You are a border bike or rider. The same time, 50 bob a mask may be just the cheapest way, 50 bob. And that 50 bob is what you are looking for. You will end up even infecting yourself with the one mask in the entire period of this season. So the only government has to support. Is not doing enough in supporting in terms of providing the mask and everything and the guidance. And they announcing the really picture what is happening in the ground.
All right. Well, very interesting feedback and sentiments there from our political analyst here. You guys can also let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think, as far as the masks, enough is being done to ensure that Wananchi have proper access to them? What should that price point be? You know, because there's also questions about how much can government handle. As you've said, you know, we already know our economy is under a lot of tension right now. Is that something that should be provided for free or at a very subsidized cost? I'd love to hear from you. But also remember, I'm giving away some free masks to you who are watching the show as a way to celebrate the show. So do keep SMSing into 22999. To your point earlier about the numbers, I think that's really been the global standard. Everyone is reporting total confirmed cases and not reducing that. Now, I think it's just important, maybe they're saying it's important to know how many cases they've been. And globally, that number now stands at 4.35 million cases around the world of COVID-19 infections. Out of those, 1.55 million have recovered. Okay, and then 297,000 have passed away and have died from COVID. So if we subtract the 1.5 million and the 297,000 from the 4.35, that would be the number of active cases right now. In Kenya, we have had a total number of confirmed cases of 737 now. I mean, and in the last few days, it's just been escalating so quickly. The number continues to rise. Out of that, 281 have recovered, and there have been approximately 40 deaths also arising from COVID-19. This number, it seems to just really be escalating so quickly, and I mean, we're inching closer and closer to us hitting 1,000 cases. What's your thought on this number so far?
The numbers will keep on rising because of the mass testing. You can see the figures that we were testing before, that the government was testing, and what is doing now. They have realized there is a center like now Kawangware, whereby the numbers is that much, or the figure is trying to come up. Is the numbers will rise depending with the people that you test. And I can add a point from that, the issue of the numbers. The numbers comes in because of the measures that you are trying to take. And they will keep on increasing if we don't curb some things. In our border points, you can realize the only what government is trying to look at, it's they don't focus on the other, we call them the panya route, all the alternative routes that people are using to come in the country, all to the Nairobi metropolitan. They're only focusing on the roadside, putting some roadblocks, but they have to curb it in a certain way that nobody can access where there is it has been marked as a center where there is that much reported cases.
Okay.
This number that is, you are seeing it being raised up, it is coming up because of the mass testing.
Okay.
And if it increases this way again, we are expecting that maybe the president will extend the lockdown. If he extends, we are affecting our economy. And it's going to take us about 2 years, which is the same person again who is trying to deliver in the next 2 years to come back to this. And totally we are in a mess. And I don't understand now where, if we put politics with COVID, actually we are messing everything.
Priorities, isn't it?
Yeah, we are messing everything. Now we have economy to bring up.
Yeah.
And we are fighting about who is going to hold an office. We are having COVID cases here. People are dying. If today now, actually sometimes in my own perspective, I try to look at now, COVID has killed 40 people. But look at the people flood has killed. So many than COVID. And I realized a researcher in Kenya saying the COVID is seasonal.
Yeah, he's a Kenyan researcher in the U.S.
In the U.S. is seasonal. If seasonal, where did it originated from? Before we say it is seasonal, I don't believe that myth. That being seasonal. Or if it could be seasonal, it could be something that came out in different countries, not just one place, and then you say it's seasonal. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want us to wrap it up by talking about Moses Kuria. Of course, he was making headlines recently on social media, especially with reports alleging that he had gone missing. But he has since resurfaced, saying that he was escaping an arrest. After more than 24 hours since he was reported to be missing, Gatundu South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria has resurfaced. The lawmaker on Sunday took to his official Facebook page to announce his comeback, saying he was safe and that he went underground to avoid a police arrest. Mr. Kuria said that the police were trailing him after visiting Kariobangi residents whose houses were demolished by state machinery. What did you make of this story?
You know, Moses Kuria is a very funny politician. Actually, Moses Kuria, I usually take him as like a babuino.
Yeah.
The same way whereby these people they can try to create something for publicity, or not only publicity, but for the votes. Now, somebody will be, the Wanjiko will feel like, why is Moses Kuria missing? And somebody is fighting us, somebody is fighting our person, mtu wetu, anaumia mahali. So Moses Kuria is somebody who even currently the DP should not trust 100%.
So you don't buy his story?
No,
that
I
he
don't
was
buy
being
his
trailed?
story. Moses
that
Kuria,
his life was under threat?
No, Moses Kuria, the only thing that he don't consult things. He decide what to do by himself. He don't consult. When he said today I'm going this place, I'm going to State House and do some chaos and try to create some chaos, that's what Moses Kuria will do. But Moses Kuria is one person, Joyce, you'll see this is going to happen. There is Moses Kuria, if things goes on this way that is happening in political way, Moses Kuria anaenda kuruka DP very fast.
Umesema?
Mimi ndo nimesema, not you. I'm telling you, Moses Kuria is somebody who he create a lot of stories. Okay. Josie, he was saying, now I believe 2017, we won, the ODM won the election, NASA. Moses Kuria is the same person who before, when people were moving to court, he could stand and support that this election was won in a direct way.
So you just don't buy his stories?
No, this person
you feel
who
he's
is
too flaky?
Is too fake. Is somebody who is trying to create anything possible to make him public, to come to the public, and to make Wanjiko listen. And now in Kenya politics, now where we are heading to,
I need to wrap up, so very quickly.
Yeah, it's whereby we are trying to cry back and confuse the Wanjiko. The same Wanjiko don't understand one thing, that without him getting an employment, without him getting something to eat, he will still go back and vote for these people until death comes.
Wow, lots of comments and sentiments there by Zach Babel, and we'll be waiting to see what comes to. You've said it very confidently, tungoje tuone. Haya basi tutangoja. Asante sana for making the time to join us here on the show. We do appreciate you. And with that said, we need to take a break as we get ready for our next segment. We're going to be talking about relationships with a young couple and just hearing about their experience, you know, being locked up in the house together under these COVID-19 times. Also keep sending in your feedback to 222 I'll be getting to many of those SMSs when we get back. Stay tuned.